Grief has no scoreboard, but tonight in Inglewood, it wore an Austrian jersey, 28 years. That's how long Austria waited to stand on a World Cup stage again. And for 89 minutes, they stood. Then a boy who wasn't even born the last time they qualified walked in and quietly ended the dream. This is the story of how Spain didn't just beat Austria. They reminded the world exactly who they came here to be. Spain arrived at SoFi Stadium carrying the weight of favorites, a label that had felt heavier than a trophy after a shaky group stage draw against Cape Verde, 16 years. That's how long it had been since La Roja won a World Cup knockout match. Across the pitch stood Austria, coached by Ralf Rangnick, back at the finals for the first time since 1998, captained by David Alaba, a man with every club trophy imaginable, chasing the one crown that had always slipped away. The first half was tension wrapped in silence. Austria defended like their history depended on it, and it did. Then, in the 29th minute, Marc Cucurella smashed home a rebound off a corner, the crowd exploded, and just as fast the flag went up, disallowed. A shove on the keeper. Just like that, the celebration turned to confusion, but Spain didn't sulk. 6 minutes later, Michael Oyarzabal ghosted into the box, met a Cucurella pass first time, and buried it. 1-0. The dam had cracked. Austria came out for the second half searching for a miracle. For one heartbeat, they nearly found it. Substitute Sasa Kaladzic rising for a header that kissed the crossbar and screamed over. So close, and yet so far. Spain made them pay. In the 66th minute, Alex Baena whipped in a cross, and Pedro Porro rose above everyone to power home his very first international goal. 2-0. The Austrian resistance was finally breaking. And then came the moment history had been waiting for. In the 89th minute, Cucurella found Oyarzabal one more time. Cool, clinical, unstoppable. 3-0. With that strike, Michael Oyarzabal became the first Spanish player ever to score 2+ goals in 2 different matches at the same World Cup. The first Spaniard since the legendary Emilio Butragueño to score a brace in a World Cup knockout game. And behind him, goalkeeper Ane Simón wasn't just keeping a clean sheet, he was rewriting one. 590 minutes without conceding, shattering Walter Zenga's 36-year-old World Cup record. But every story has 2 sides, and this one had grief in it too. For David Alaba, this wasn't just a loss, it was the end of a first, and possibly only World Cup journey.
There's a certain emptiness in us, a certain grief,
he admitted, voice heavy. And beside him, Marko Arnautovic, Austria's all-time leading scorer, walked away from international football forever.
I'm very sad, very emotional.
49 goals, 137 caps, and now, silence. Even Austria's own coach couldn't hide his admiration.
I cannot remember any unforced error they made. Perhaps we didn't just play the European champions. Perhaps we played the next world champions.
And on the other side, an 18-year-old who'd fought back from injury all tournament finally let the world know he was ready. Lamine Yamal, named player of the match, looked into the cameras and simply said, "The World Cup starts now." Spain now marches on to Dallas, where either Portugal or Croatia await in the round of 16 35 matches unbeaten, a defense yet to be broken, and a teenager just now hitting full stride. For Austria, the dream ends here, but the story doesn't shrink because of it. 28 years of waiting, written into 3 unforgettable weeks. So the question isn't whether Spain can be stopped, it's whether anyone in this tournament is even ready to try.